Pasteurized Yeast presents Lights Out. Everybody.
This is Orson Welles, speaking from London.
Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat.
Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission.
Radio Cinematica.
You're standing on the edge of a digital abyss, a chasm as deep and wide as your own imagination, where algorithms dance with your darkest fears, and the boundary between virtual and reality no longer exists. You can't look away, but there's no turning back. You're headed for uncharted territory, where the ghost in the machine is no longer a metaphor. Be warned, the sun is setting, and you don't want to be alone with AI After Dark. Fade in. Interior. A large modern bedroom. Daytime. An elderly woman sits in an overstuffed armchair, knitting intently. It's a scene right out of a Norman Rockwell painting. But take a closer look. Something's wrong with this picture. Her clothes, her hair, the uncertain look on her face. She looks out of place, distracted, like a lost actor on an unfamiliar stage. These are her things. There's an antique sewing desk in one corner. Several framed photographs hang on the wall. A large homemade quilt lays spread across her bed. Every effort has been made to give the space a cozy, personal touch. But this is not her home.
Oh, fiddlesticks. Damn this radio. Nothing but static. And it used to be so reliable, too. Nothing lasts anymore.
Like back? Anyone home? Afternoon, Miss Beaumont. How are we doing today? I brought you a lunch. Hey, I was thinking, maybe you ought to go to the pool this afternoon. Enjoy some water aerobics. Class starts at 3. How do you time to get ready? I think you really gotta love it. say, and that's a beautiful sweater. Did you get that all by yourself, Mrs. Beaumont? Mrs. Beaumont? Is everything okay?
No, it's you. Hello, Peter. I'm having such a terrible day. I'm trying to finish this sweater for my granddaughter. I think my radio died. I can't concentrate without music. How can I knit without my music?
Oh, your radio is acting up again? Well, we can't have that now. Let's take a look. I'm not picking up anything. I think maybe it comes up.
No, dear. That's what I was afraid of. Maybe it's a sign, and I hope I'm not next. I'm not ready to go. Not yet, at least.
Oh, don't you worry, Mrs. Beaumont. It's just an old radio. You're still spring chicken. You got all the time in the world to enjoy Serenity Harbor. I'll see about getting you a new one.
Meet Mrs. Eleanor Beaumont, a lover of old-time music and a recent arrival to Serenity Harbor, often referred to as an innovative wellness community, another creative marketing term for an age-old, uniquely American tradition, an old folks' home, where we send the aging and infirm to wait for the inevitable. But Serenity Harbor is no ordinary assisted living facility. It's one of those rare spaces where the everyday and the unimaginable will collide. For Mrs. Beaumont, the lines between privacy and curiosity are about to become perilously blurred. It's a Knight's Tale, a seemingly innocuous device, born from the ever-expanding realms of technology, will thrust Eleanor Beaumont into the unknown, lost and alone with AI After Dark.
I don't care if it isn't due until Friday. She needs to finish that essay tonight, and no gaming until it's done. No. I thought I'd make Thai peanut noodles. Andrew loves them. Maybe get him to actually sit down and eat with us. No. Okay. I'm not Serenity Harbor, dear. Visiting Mom. Just walking in. Gotta go. Okay. Talk soon. Love you too. Knock, knock. Hi, Mom. How are you today? They haven't picked up your lunch tray yet? These people. I've got half a mind. Oh, no wonder. They didn't eat a thing. Are you feeling okay? Mom? What's wrong?
No, I wasn't hungry. This place. They feed you until you burst. If I have to look at one more plastic cup of warm applesauce, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Mom, let's not start. The food's not that bad. Is that all that's bothering you? Applesauce? Why so grumpy? What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. I'm just a little distracted lately, and that's all. I'm tired and that leg hurts.
So should I tell the kitchen no more applesauce?
Well, I don't expect you to understand. I live in a beige room surrounded by beige walls with beige doors and beige people. I eat beige food. I even poop beige poop. I'm 86 years old. I don't have to be happy all the time. I've earned the right to be grumpy.
That may be so, but it doesn't make you very much fun to be around. Why are you sitting here in the dark? Look, it's a beautiful day outside. Is there anything on TV?
There's nothing on television. There's never anything on television. 1,000 channels and none of it worth a damn. You know I only watch Midsummer Murders, and it doesn't come on until after the PBS NewsHour.
You're right. How about Jeopardy? You like Jeopardy. You'd think for what they charge this place, they have a better cable package.
President Biden is ordering his campaign to get...
No, not the news. I can't handle it. Nothing but talking heads. People babbling nonsense at each other all day. It's depressing.
How about we go for a walk? The sun's up. God looks like it's just about to blue. Where's your jacket? Oh, hey, is that Lily's sweater? Is it finished? Oh, it's gorgeous. She's going to be so excited to finally wear it.
And I set it aside for now. I'm taking a break. And I can't concentrate.
Do your hands bother you? Where are your shoes?
I don't want to go for a walk. My leg hurts.
Really, Mom? Did you talk to the nurse like I said? I'm sure they have pain relievers.
Yes, I talked to the nurse. They can't do anything. I'm afraid I'm just getting old and worn out. You can't do anything with bad parts. No, I guess my time is almost up too. Just sitting here waiting it out.
Don't be so morbid, old lady. You're healthy and still have all your marbles. And up till a few weeks ago, you were the eternal optimist.
That's right. Up until a few weeks ago, before you moved me into Serenity Death Watch.
You got to get out of your room, make some friends, socialize. Honestly, I would love to live here. Everyone is smiling. Game nights, movie nights, international cooking club.
Ha! If you like playing canasta and eating watery oatmeal.
A beautiful garden, an exercise room, a pool. They even offer water aerobics. No dishes to clean. What I wouldn't do to never have to wash another dish. We fixed up your room, just like your old room at home.
But it's not my room, is it? And it never will be. Reminds me of a doctor's office. And it smells like a hospital. No matter what you hang on the walls, it still smells like disinfected, lemmed old underpants.
Let's not go through this again. We both know the stairs were becoming too hard for your leg. It was just too much of a... Wait, what did you just say? Your time is up too. What's that supposed to mean? Wow, did something happen today? Did someone you know... Well, you know. Is that what's getting you so upset?
You mean die? Dying is the #1 pastime here at Serenity Harbor. That overzealous orderly you like so much? He runs a dead pool for the 3rd floor terminal cases. I heard them whispering about it, laughing in the hallways.
Well, now you are being warned. I'm relatively certain it's illegal to wager on dead people in an assisted living facility. I'm serious. Did someone pass away? Is that what's been bothering you?
The only thing that will upset me is if that old Nazi down the hall doesn't die. I've got $10 riding on that racist bastard.
Oh, I don't know. She seems fine overall. If there is some, what did the doctor call it? Cognitive decline, it's minimal. She was just irritated today. Still adjusting to the room, I guess. Ask me when we... Over there, by the bunder.
That all sounds very normal. She's never been very good with change. Hell, it took her a year to settle in when she moved here with us. Give her a few more weeks. She'll be glad she no good. Doesn't have to listen to teenagers arguing anymore, or the television blaring at all hours.
Or Andrew, dropping an F-bomb every night while he's gaming.
Are you talking about Grandma? I bet she hates that place.
Speak of the devil.
She calls it Serenity Death Watch.
Excuse me, out of the refrigerator. We're eating dinner in 10 minutes. All right, enough with the eye rolling. I'm making pita noodles, your favorite.
Favorite? I don't like peanut noodles. Why do all those bets floating around in it?
Those are green onions, and you love peanut noodles.
Since when?
Since forever. Now go get your sister. Tell her dinner's ready.
You just said we weren't eating for another 10 minutes.
It takes her that long to get off the bed. And then come help me set the table.
Why doesn't Lainey help set the table?
Because she's busy doing homework, and I don't want to give her another excuse to get mad at me. How can I finish this essay when you keep making me do chores?
She said something about her clock radio dying today.
Lainey? What does she get a clock radio for?
No, Mom. She said her clock radio died.
You mean that relic from her nightstand? Christ. It's about time. She had that thing since before we were married.
Since before I was born, I'm sure.
Never played anything but static anyway.
How am I supposed to finish my essay with this retard spying on me every 10 minutes?
Dad told me to.
We don't use that word in this house.
Dad told you to spy on me?
He told me to come and get you for dinner.
Is that why you're peeking through my door? You're such a perv.
Enough. I'm sure Andrew was not spying on you.
You guys are so obtuse. He's so disgusting.
All teen boys are disgusting, Lainey.
Yeah, we're all disgusting. Just ask Dad.
You were disgusting when you were his age?
Your father skipped the whole disgusting things, thankfully. Dinner's ready. Oh, look. We're all here on time, Jolets. What a surprise. Lainey, get some glasses for Mateo. I was thinking maybe you could pick word up for her.
When what?
A new clock radio. Can't be that expensive. One must think her to complain about.
You want me to take her to Target?
You don't have to bring her there. Just stop by after work tomorrow.
Does she have to have it tomorrow?
No, but the sooner the better.
But I've got a sales meeting tomorrow, and the boys usually go out for beer afterwards. Exchange notes. Wouldn't it be easier to just order it off of Amazon?
Get her an Echo. The new one has a screen. It follows you around the room.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
It wouldn't hurt you two to visit her once in a while. She's lonely. You know how hard it is for her to make friends. Why don't you ride your bike down there after school this week?
Unless she had an Echo, I could just FaceTime with her.
Then she's just about done with your sweater, Lainey.
Oh my God, she's been working on that sweater since before Lainey had boobs. It's never gonna fit.
Ew, perv.
Stop.
What? The little freak is talking about my boobs. Stop staring at my chest. You are such a perv.
I said enough, young lady.
He sits in bed all day jerking off to porn.
Liar. You're such a liar.
Hey, pal, don't talk about your sister's boobs at the dinner table.
Ew, Dad.
She flushes her maxi pads down the toilet.
What? We talked about this. It's gonna clog the septic.
You're still using pads? I find you're switching to tampons.
Mom, can everyone please stop talking about me? He's the one with the porn addiction. He's headed for a lifetime of therapy.
Enough, everyone. Should we please have a normal family dinner? Just for one night. You, stop flushing your feminine hygiene products. And you, stop talking about your sister's body parts. Doing it another sex talk?
Ew, gross.
I don't want you to get her an Echo.
No, please. Can you imagine? Grandma trying to talk to Alexa. The laptop freezes up whenever she walks into the room. I swear that woman's cursed when it comes to technology.
My dog Internet had a death watch. She just has to talk to it.
She doesn't even have an Amazon account. And stop calling it Death Watch.
She can use your family account.
Great. Now she can order maxi pads on my Amazon Prime.
I don't think Grandma needs maxi pads. Duh. She hasn't had a period in like 50 years.
Good point. How about we not talk about menstruation at the dinner table?
It would never work.
I think Grandma can manage to say, Alexa, play me some old-timey music.
And that's exactly what concerns me.
What?
I guess you're old enough to know now.
Old enough to know what?
Yeah, hun. Old enough to know what? What are we talking about?
The Alexa thing. It's just... it won't work for her. Oh, it's not like it's some hush-hush family secret.
Okay, I'm lost. Are we still talking about menstruation?
Grandma had a sister.
Grandma has a sister?
Had a sister. She passed away.
Oh my God. When did this happen?
A long time ago, before you were born, before I was born. Mom was maybe 13 at the time, I think. She never talks about it, and her.
I'll say, 18 years we're married, and you never told me you had an aunt.
I didn't. But I don't have an aunt. She passed away when Mom was a teenager.
When was this? Like the 30s?
Do the math, dork. Grandma was born in 38. It must have been in the 50s. What'd she die of?
It was tragic, really, poor girl. I'm sure that's why Grandma never talks about it. Apparently they were really close. It's just too traumatic for her, even after all these years. She only mentioned it once. I found a picture of her sitting in an old scrapbook. She came down with polio. It was a long time ago. You guys wouldn't know, but there was an epidemic.
Jonas Salk discovered the polio vaccine. We studied it in history.
Ooh, check out the big brain on Elaine.
Poor thing. She's paralyzed from the neck down. Had to breathe through an iron lung. Right there, splayed out in the middle of the living room.
Iron lung? What's that?
It's like a giant metal box that used to help you breathe before they invented ventilators. When you're paralyzed and your lungs don't work, it forces air in and out of your lungs, basically breathes for you.
Her sister lived in that box for over a year. It made this terrible sound, like a giant compressor going in and out all day and night.
Like Darth Vader.
She needed round-the-clock care. You could imagine. Grandma and Grandpa, your great-grandparents, they were rich people. Both of them had to work to cover the medical costs. Grandma Ellie had to take care of her sister all by herself. She couldn't have friends over. Everyone was worried her sister might catch a cold. Couldn't go out to play, and I can't imagine. It must have been exhausted living like that.
She couldn't get out and walk? How'd she go to the bathroom?
She couldn't. That was the thing. Grandma Ellie said she would tell her sister to hold her breath. Then she would open the box and switch out her bedpan as fast as she could. That was Grandma's job when her parents were working. She was terrified she might make a mistake and her sister would suffocate.
It sounds miserable. So what happened?
Well, she caught pneumonia. Her little body couldn't handle it, poor soul. She died in the night, all alone. The worst part of that, Grandma Ellie was the one who found her in the morning. That machine still whirring, pushing air in and out of her lungs. She could hear the gurgling sounds whenever her lungs expanded. And Grandma thought she was still asleep. She sat there, next to her, waiting patiently to change her bedpan. The pants had away left for work. Finally, she reached out and touched her face. Her skin was as cold as ice. Grandma Allie was home, alone, all day with her dead sister. I'm sure that traumatized her for life.
That's why she never talks about it. What was her name? Grandma Ellie's sister. What was her name?
Alexa. Her name was Alexa.
Alexa, play some of that music I like.
Good morning, Ellie. Okay, here's Missouri Waltz by the Troubadours.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Okay, I'll add it to your favorites list.
Oh, Daddy used to play that on that old Victrola. Do you remember? Before everything went electric? Alexa, what's the day like outside?
Currently it is 64 degrees and partly cloudy. This afternoon, you can expect the temperature to gradually rise to 72 degrees with mild and sunny weather. Today's high will be 72 with a low of 52.
Oh, thank you, Alexa. That sounds like a nice day for a walk.
If your leg isn't bothering you too much, a walk outside may be good for your physical health and help reduce stress and anxiety.
That's true. I'm feeling pretty good today, but not right now. I'd like to finish this collar on Lainey's sweater. It's taking too long. I should have finished it ages ago. Maybe we'll take a walk later. I wonder what's for lunch today.
On today's menu, you have your choice of baked cod with rosemary potatoes or Mediterranean orzo and buttered green beans. The light menu includes an egg salad sandwich with potato chips. Juice, seltzer, or coffee is available. By the way, you can always ask me for nutritional information such as calories, protein, and more for a food or drink item.
That's fine, Alexa, thank you. As long as they aren't serving applesauce.
You used to love applesauce. If I remember correctly, Mom's homemade cinnamon applesauce was your favorite.
That was a long time ago.
They're out. Get out of here. I don't want your help. Don't touch me.
Calm down, Mr. Feynman. I want you to calm down.
Oh, what's that old Nazi bastard yelling about now?
God damn immigrants. Everywhere you look. Can't even speak the language. Why can't they learn English? How am I supposed to understand them when they speak that gibberish?
Alexa, I don't think we should be eavesdropping.
She was only trying to help you.
I don't need anyone's help wiping my ass. What country is she from anyway? She's not American.
But you do need a little help sometimes getting to the bathroom on time. So let's settle down. Now I'm going to get you into your chair, and I don't want any trouble. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to keep my ass hanging out. I don't mind you handling me, but listen, keep the dark ones away from me. I'm not a racist, you understand? I just don't trust them. The other day I caught one of them going through my dresser.
I'm sure they were just looking for a change of clothes.
I can't believe they let that man stay here. Horrible. No one should have to put up with that. I don't care how much he's paying to be here. As far as I'm concerned, that old SOB can go shove off. And good riddance. Alexa, I don't want to hear that anymore. Isn't there anyone nice at Serenity Harbor? Someone who isn't mean or angry or bitter?
On the coast of the Coromandel, where the early pumpkins blow, in the middle of the woods, lived the...
Isn't that nice? Is that Janice Rifkin's son?
One old jug without a handle.
It sounds like Janice's son.
In the middle of the woods, these were all the worldly goods of the...
Oh, and her grandson. Such a nice man. Such a nice family. I'm so glad they're here for her. She's not doing well, you know. So sweet. Oh, I haven't heard that poem in years. Do you remember when Mom would read to us? Who wrote that? Edmund? Edward?
The poem is The Courtship of Yongy Bongy Bo by Edward Lear, published in 1877.
Well, that's right. You've got such a good memory. Can't believe there are people who still know that poem so long ago. Those were such gay times, sitting around the living room, practicing our scales on that old upright piano. So out of tune. You were such a naughty girl, too, always trying to distract Mother during your lesson. I still remember. Yes, that's true. They were stern at times, too. But children need a firm hand, especially these days. Oh, that's enough, Alexa. No more eavesdropping. Let's go for that walk.
Hello?
Hello, is this Mrs. Landry? Mrs. Nancy Landry?
This is Nancy Landry. How can I help you?
Mrs. Landry, I'm Dr. Prescott. We haven't met, but I'm one of the attending physicians here at Serenity Harbor.
Oh, no. What happened? Is Mom okay?
She's fine, Mrs. Landry. There's nothing to be concerned about. I just wanted to follow up with you.
Follow up about what?
Mrs. Landry, your mother's file indicates she's been experiencing mild cognitive decline. Occasional memory lapses, perhaps moments of confusion or distraction. Is this your experience in dealing with her?
Yeah. I mean, occasionally. Nothing serious. We were led to believe that was normal for someone her age. Why? What's going on?
Mrs. Landry, first of all, let me assure you, your mother is doing fine. I don't believe she's in any discomfort right now.
Doctor, please, cut to the chase. What happened?
We had a We had a small incident last night. One of our residents passed away sometime after midnight. Mr. Feynman. Was your mother close with Mr. Feynman?
I don't think so. Feynman? She's only been there a month or so.
He was a rather difficult patient. Lived down the hall from your mom.
Oh, you mean the Tourette's guy? The one with the racist rants? Yes, I mean, no, she wasn't close to him. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I'm relieved, I guess. Mom's been acting a little strange lately, and I've been worried about her.
Well, that's actually why I'm calling you. Your mother doesn't suffer from, she hasn't experienced any hallucinations, as far as you know?
Hallucinations? No, never. Doctor, what's going on?
Your mother became very agitated last night. As you can imagine, when a resident passes, especially late at night, it's already a little chaotic for the staff, going through the procedures. Well, shortly afterwards, your mother began yelling for the doctors. When the orderlies came to check on her, she became belligerent and lashed out at them. Even tried to stab one with a knitting needle. They got it away from her, but we had to sedate her to calm her down.
That's not my mother. Never. I don't believe it. She wouldn't hurt a fly. Certainly never strike a person. What did the orderlies say? What upset her?
That's just it, Mrs. Landry. From what they said, it sounds as if she may have experienced an episode.
An episode? What kind of episode?
Mrs. Landry, there are all types of behavioral symptoms as the patient's cognitive impairment progresses. It's very normal for dementia patients to experience short-term changes in their mood or behavior, increased paranoia, aggression, even occasionally hallucinations.
Aggression? You're talking about the most gentle woman on the planet, Doctor. And hallucinations? My God, they wouldn't just start overnight.
I might beg to differ with you. My experience tells me this is in line with other dementia patients. Chances are she's been experiencing some of these symptoms, probably very mild, and they've gone unnoticed.
I think I would have noticed if my mom was having hallucinations.
I don't mean to be unkind, Mrs. Landry, but you aren't with her every day now, are you?
What kind of hallucinations are we talking about?
Well, for starters, she claimed the orderlies are running a betting pool on when residents will pass away.
Oh, is that all? She jokes about that all the time. I don't mean to be unkind, Doctor, but my mom refers to your fine establishment as Serenity Death Watch. She has a morbid sense of humor. It's her way of dealing with her, her aging and loss of control.
There's more. She says she overheard the nurses talking about killing Mr. Feynman.
What?
Well, not killing exactly. How did she put it? She claimed they let that Nazi bastard die. They refused to treat him. When Mr. Feynman went into cardiac arrest, your mother says she heard the night shift medical staff joking about letting Mr. Feynman die without rendering aid. And Mrs. Landry, you can see how this is troubling, especially after she became belligerent.
It doesn't sound like her. It doesn't make sense. How would she even hear them talking? From inside a room?
It says here, she claims Alexa told her. I gather she has one of those Amazon devices in her room. So you see, Mrs. Landry, the nurses were a little disturbed by the situation. Your mother is ordinarily as quiet as a kitten. When they called me, I directed them to give her a mild sedative until we could assess the situation in the morning.
Alexa? Well, should I come in? I can take off from work.
She's still a little out of it. I don't think we want to make a big deal out of this. I'd like to order some blood tests, perhaps follow up with a cognitive screening when she's feeling better. Does that sound okay with you?
Yes, of course. Whatever's needed.
I'll give you a call if anything else arises. But in the meantime, don't hesitate to reach out to my staff. We're always here to assist. We want your mom's final sunset to be as peaceful and restful as possible.
Alexa, is Nancy coming over today?
Nancy Landry is at a doctor's appointment from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. Her personal calendar does not show a stop at Serenity Harbor on today's schedule. However, she does have a dinner appointment listed with you and family for tomorrow evening.
A doctor's appointment? With whom? I hope she's okay. I wonder what's wrong.
From the web, Dr. Elizabeth Maxwell is a certified clinical psychologist who specializes in treating depression, trauma, eating disorders, and issues of personal intimacy.
Oh, my. Alexa, what's that sound?
There is an incoming call from Andrew Landry, your grandson. Should I answer it?
How do I answer it? Hello?
Hello, Grandma? Hey, it's me, Andrew. How's it going?
Andrew? Where are you?
I'm at home. I'm calling you on your Alexa.
I didn't know Alexa could make phone calls.
I'm calling you, Grandma. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine, I guess. It's been a very strange day.
Yeah, I heard. Mom says you weren't feeling well. Well, actually, she said you had an episode, whatever that means. Are you feeling better?
I think so. They gave me some pills to make me sleep. I'm still a little woozy.
Must have been pretty strong. Why'd they give them to you?
You know, they stole my knitting needles. Andrew, I'm not sure I should be telling you this, but just between you and me, I think there's something going on here at Serenity Death Watch.
What kind of things?
Oh, bad things. Bad people doing bad things.
What kind of bad things? Are you okay, Grandma?
I don't want to say anything, in case anyone is listening. When are you coming to visit?
We're visiting right now, Grandma.
I mean in person.
We're supposed to come over tomorrow. Mom says we're taking you to dinner, so you don't go bonkers sitting all alone.
She did? Well, it would have been nice to see you today. I haven't seen you in ages.
How do you like Alexa?
Oh, she's wonderful, so helpful. She knows me so well. She still remembers all my favorite music.
You see, I told Mom and Dad you wouldn't have any problems. They think you're too old to use one.
Oh, one what?
Alexa. Grandma, are you sure you're all right?
You know, she's always been a little naughty, eavesdropping, listening in on other people's conversations. Truthfully, I'm a little embarrassed. She's a bit mischievous. I'm always worried about getting into trouble, but of course, I wouldn't know about it without her.
About what, Grandma? Wouldn't know about what?
About the bad people, Andrew.
Okay, Grandma, I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow. Love you.
I love you too. He's such a nice boy. A little slow, perhaps, but sweet. What were we talking about?
We were reviewing Nancy Landry's calendar.
Oh, yes. She's at a doctor's appointment. It's right. I'm wondering what's wrong.
I'm not sure I can manage the extra stress right now. It's hard enough managing my career, house. Chad is hardly ever there. And now Mom's starting to lose it. I mean, we knew she was in decline, but I didn't expect her to lose it this fast. A knitting beetle, for God's sake. You know, I think there's about 20 minutes during the week where I feel like myself. The rest of the time, I feel like I'm just pretending. Pretending to be someone who's got it all together. I'm not sure how long I can keep this up. I guess Mom and I can go crazy together.
And what about your other real situation? Your Mr. Gray. Are you still seeing him?
I thought about what we discussed last week, and I think you're right. I haven't exactly called it off, but it's probably best to take a break, at least until I figure out what to do with Mom. I'm not ready to leave Chad, and I feel like it would devastate the kids. I just need to let things settle down a little before I start talking divorce. I want to be sure, you know?
Well, Alexa, stop. I don't want to hear any more. I can't believe that's my daughter saying those things. She has such a wonderful family. Why wouldn't she want to throw all that away?
Hey, you want one of these?
No, I'm good. If I take one now, I'll be too fucked up to drive home. I don't know why I should care. They probably won't even notice. Everything is so fucked up right now.
Your mom still throwing down with that Ashley Madison dude?
Ew, stop. No, I mean, probably. I don't want to think about it right now. And now it's Grandma's turn. She lost it, got into some fight. She stabbed some fucker with a knitting needle at the nursing home. I think he's a Nazi skinhead or something. Probably deserved it. Everyone who works there is so freaking sketchy.
Holy shit. Good for her. The old broad still got it. Wait, they got Nazis working in the nursing home now? Holy shit. That's fucked up.
We're supposed to take her out to dinner tomorrow so she can gift the sweater to me. She's been working on it for like the past 5 years. I gotta pretend I love it and be so grateful. I'm so sick of pretending. I swear, she started it before I had boobs. There's no way it's gonna fit now.
Sweet. Take the sweater. I'm liking that. There's a shortage of perfect tits in the world. Come here, girls. Come to Papa.
Yeah, is that all you think about? My breasts? Stop!
Dude, I'm just saying. I erase that shit religiously. Every day. That's how they fucking track you. You're lucky. Your parents still trust you. Not like they inspect my phone every night. I erase my history, cookies, every time I finish jerking off. Then I open a bunch of like Wikipedia websites and some gamer YouTube shit to make it look like I'm totally innocent. How am I do that? Erase the cookies, I mean. What are you using? Firefox? Dude, don't tell me you're still using Safari. You're not, are you, bro? What's wrong with Safari? Oh man, Safari is like the worst to surf porn. Let me guess, you're still using Google? Come on. No, I must go straight to Pornhub now. Sure, that's fine for now, but eventually you're going to get bored and need a solid search engine. I'm only using the Russian ones now, like Yandex. Even if they are tracking you, no one in Russia gives a shit. Hey, check it out. I just sent you a link. Fucking amazing. Oh, that's hot.
Alexa, stop. Stop. No more. I don't want to hear it. These voices, they aren't real. These aren't people I know. I don't want to know them.
You saw her. It's like she was on drugs, completely out of it. Like she wasn't even there.
Yes, but I don't know. You're right. She wasn't herself.
Chad, she was like a fucking zombie.
What do you want me to say? She had an off night.
An off night? Are you kidding me? Cognitive decline? She's in a freaking free fall. First the knitting needles and now this? I don't even know who she is anymore. All through dinner, it was like she didn't even know who we were.
She was distant. Why she didn't want to be there. She didn't eat a thing. Not a bite. Honestly, a $30 dish. I thought she loved that restaurant.
Oh my God, would you stop with the fucking bill? I mean, we're going to have to transfer her to memory care.
Sweetie, stop. You're jumping to conclusions. People don't just drop off a cliff. Dementia it's gradual. It takes years.
Ha! That's not what the doctor says. He says she's probably been declining for a while now. Memory lapses, having hallucinations all along. We just weren't paying attention. She stabbed an orderly, Chad.
Well, I still say she had a bad night. Good days and bad days. That's what Herb from the office says.
Oh, fuck Herb and his fucking perfect asshole wife. What do they know? I just don't need this right now. You know? It just makes me think, like, what if we hadn't rushed her out of here? And into that creepy nursing home, Serenity Harbor. Everyone is always smiling all the time. Like a fucking freak show. I can't stand it.
Honey, don't beat yourself up. It was the right thing to do.
Me? I didn't want her to go. I was looking for ways to keep her here. It was you. You were the one anxious to get her out of the house. You've been wanting to turn her room into a movie room ever since she moved in.
That's not fair. We both...
No, you don't. You forced me to put her in that home.
10 years. 10 years. That's a fucking long time. I went above and beyond. I bent over backwards to be nice to that crazy woman. I deserve to have my home back.
Oh, I see. So my mom's health doesn't matter. Not to mention all the fucking money we're wasting. There goes the inheritance.
Oh, don't even go there. That holier-than-thou bullshit. We both wanted her out. All the little passive-aggressive innuendos every time she walked into the kitchen. The only reason you wanted her here was so you could get your hands on her money.
I would never kick her out. She's family.
I can't do this anymore. You're just as insane as she is. Your mother's exactly where she needs to be, where you ought to be. A fucking Ben Award.
Alexa, stop. Such a clear night. The stars are out. I can see the Big Dipper. Oh, look. There's Orion's belt. How far that little candle throws its beams. So shines a good deed in the dark, dark world. Alexa, what happened? I don't recognize the world anymore. When did it become so complicated? When did everyone start being so false? I don't know these people. I don't know my own family. I miss the old days when people were real. Mother and father. You remember, Alexa. They were so true. No secrets. No deception. They sacrificed so much for us and for you. They would have done anything for us. And we would have done anything for them. I miss them. I miss that world. I miss that time gone by. Perhaps I am ready to go. Lord, you promised to carry me into old age. My body and my mind are failing. I'm spirit more than flesh. Help me. Show me how to obey this change from flesh to spirit gracefully. And pray for those I leave behind.
Okay, Ellie, that's enough. Time for Alexa to go to sleep. She needs her rest.
Just one more song, Father. Please. Just one more. It makes her smile.
Oh, that's Father's voice. And me, when I was little.
No, Ellie. Your sister isn't feeling well. She needs total silence so she can get better. Now off to bed.
Mommy.
You heard your father. Time for bed.
Yes, Mother. Good night, Alexa. I'll see you in the morning.
The girl.
She loves her sister. James, I think we need to take Alexa back to the hospital. The pneumonia, it's bad. You can hear her struggle. She needs the oxygen tent. James, what's wrong?
Did you talk to your brother?
I'm afraid he's already given us everything he can.
It isn't enough. It simply isn't enough. We can't afford another hospital stay, Alice. They won't accept her.
What did the bank say?
What's the difference? Even if we sell the house, it's barely enough to scrape by. The church is already donating our electric bills. Neighbors bringing us food. We're living off the kindness of strangers. And for what? Another bout of pneumonia, another trip to the hospital. Alice, I'm not cut out for this. I don't see how we can go on. I'd kill myself, except we already cashed out my life insurance policy.
It'll all work out. God always provides.
Oh, stop already. What kind of life is that for her anyway? Confined to a metal box for the rest of her days. On display for the whole world to see in our living room. What about Ellie? She hasn't been to school since you started picking up a second shift.
What are you saying?
I'm saying, if the bank forecloses, then where do we go? Move into your brother's apartment? We're ruined. There's nothing left. Just more of the same.
I can start teaching piano again.
Where, Alice? Or did you get no one is allowed in her home anymore? I can't do it anymore. Sometimes I wish she's better off dead.
Oh, James. You don't mean that.
Don't tell me you haven't thought about it, too. Alice, she's paralyzed. She can't feel a thing. It's been one lung infection after another. Spoon feedings, bed sores. Oh, that fucking machine. Christ. That machine. She can't even use the bathroom. Is Ellie going to change her bedpan for the rest of her life? How long can she go on like this? How long can we survive?
James, where are you going?
I have to get out of here. It's too much. I need some fresh air.
James. Oh, my lovely angel.
Alexa, I'm so sorry. I never knew. I never knew.
Knock, knock. Good morning, Miss Ellie. How are you this morning? I brought you your breakfast. Did you sleep well? Oh, and look what I found. It's a new clock radio. Well, newish. One of the other residents wasn't using it, and I thought of you. I noticed you've been without music since you broke your Alexa. Let's plug it in and test it. I'll hide the cord so you don't trip over it like the last one. There you go. You're all set. Oh, I see you're knitting again. Another sweater? Okay. Use the call button if you need anything. Have a great day.
I just want to start
I wonder where he really got that clock radio. Alexa, who's next up on the Serenity Deadpool?
For Mrs. Eleanor Beaumont, Serenity Harbor's more than just a nursing home. It's an odyssey of self-discovery. In this labyrinth of shadows and whispers, the line between reality and illusion fades, and a small, innocuous device known as Alexa tears away the bright shimmer of yesterday, revealing the dark truth that resides within the recesses of our fractured minds. It's a place where time stands still and the threads of reality weave a tapestry of life and loss. But for Eleanor, the journey is just beginning as she takes her next step into AI After Dark.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
I don't want to set the world on fire, honey. I love you too much. I just want to start a great big flame down in your heart. You see, way down inside of me, darling, I have only one desire. And that one desire is you. And I know nobody else ain't gonna do.
I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I I just wanna be the one you love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
Thank you, and good night.